Just enjoying a green tea before the show, and we've got some breaking news. Kingsley Town have just announced they've signed a youngster from Peterborough United, a defender, on a work experience deal because they've got lots of injury problems at the minute. So I've got to make sure I get that in the bulletin. We've got a few bulletins this afternoon before we head to the scrimmage. So let's get on with that.
BBC Radio Norfolk Sport.
Rob Butler's in the studio with all we need to know with the sports headlines.
Thanks, Joe. Speedway is gradually becoming more and more professional, according to Kings Lynn Stars promoter Rob Lyon. And that's your latest sport, Joe.
Thanks very much, Rob. I can't help but notice, but you're being filmed. Are you now so famous
you're being
that
filmed
you've got your own film crew? I know, I'm trying not to notice.
Crew, yeah, we're trying to make it, going to go for the Oscar next year for
vlog.
A documentary. We've even made the Wall of Fame here. Look, there he is, Chris Gorham. That ugly man there as well, but he's covering up him. And I do miss him. Look at his little face. Bless him. Welcome to the Scrimmage YouTube channel. You are in the Scrimmage studio as we speak. We're preparing for the show. We've got Jay, CBeebies Jay with us. Say hello, Jay.
Hiya.
We've got Chris there, who's the Master of Ceremonies. And we're just going to get ready for the show, guys, aren't we? I mean, have you any ideas what we're going to do?
Guys? You've gone very YouTube all of a sudden, Rob. Hi guys. This is we're on the air in about 12 minutes time, and it starts with the 6 o'clock news, which will appear on this button here. So we've got to be ready for that. This is a strange week for the scrimmage because it's the international break, so we haven't got any Norwich City action to preview this week. In fact, the most exciting thing we've got is Stephen Naismith scoring against Canada.
Hey! And we're going to tell you all about that, just so people know, because this is after all behind the scenes. Generally, Jay, he's just playing along here. He's not usually in. He's usually sat out there being grumpy, being like a teenager. But we've let him in today. So what we usually do is me and Chris sit here, and we've got all the classic clips, haven't we, Chris, from the scrimmage? So you usually play a few.
Bit of Robbie Savage.
Give a shout out to my designated driver Malcolm, who has a smile on his face as we travel home from Cardiff. OTBC. What's that mean?
I must remind the people to put some commas and full stops in these sentences.
OTBC. What's that mean then?
No idea.
Give a shout to my designated driver Malcolm, who has a smile on his face as we travel home from Cardiff. OTBC.
No idea.
What's that?
It could be something
Who did they play? Who did they play?
Cardiff.
Yeah.
Norwich at home.
Oh.
Plank. Chris was presenting it quite a long time ago now. And Bill Punton, the Norwich City legend, the wing legend, the man who used to do local report as well, he randomly just turned into a dog. This is probably my favourite.
This is when he was in the middle of a conversation with our other guests and didn't realise we'd just gone back live on the radio at the exact point he was making a point about Gary Doherty, his tendency to kick the ball long. So this is what happened.
This is the scrimmage on BBC Radio Norfolk with Chris Gorham, joined in the studio by Bill Punton. we're on now, Bill. So Bill Punton and Richard Holmes is here.
He said woof.
He did say woof. Yes, it was. We were talking about the way that Norwich distribute the ball from defence, weren't you, Bill?
Well, yeah, I was doing actually. From the central defenders, I thought they don't distribute it; they woof it.
Chris sounded very young there, didn't you? How long ago was that?
Oh, that was 2007, 10 years ago.
10 years ago. That was. Is that Rhoda sort of territory or?
That was probably just before Rhoda, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which we
speaking of,
hang on.
What a world we live in now, eh?
The classic clip.
Oh, what about the song where Justin Timberlake mentions Paul McVeigh? We've got that.
You don't have to admit you're on the way.
Paul McVeigh. And we have got and Louis Van Gaal talking about Big Sam Allardyce, and there was some dispute about whether people play the long ball or not.
I give you this. You can see that also the blue ones are the good ones because long balls are mostly very difficult. And I give it to you. You can copy it, and then you go to Big Sam, and maybe he can give a good interpretation.
Interpretation.
No, it just makes us laugh.
It's brilliant.
You don't have to admit you're on the way.
Paul
and
McVeigh.
on that note,
his wife Melissa is among those seriously injured.
So as you can hear, the 6 o'clock news is now on. My colleague Tim Adicott is presenting the news from a studio upstairs. You might be able to see him on the screen over there. During the news, that's when we put the studio goes live. So I've just officially put the scrimmage on air, but we have to do it during the news so that those who've been listening to the previous programme don't notice the join. So now the desk here is in control of everything. It's gone 6 o'clock. We'll pick up after the news with the weather. And so Rob Butler's just walked in.
Hi. Yeah, I just freshened up and I'm ready for the show.
A warm welcome to the Scrimmage on BBC Radio Norfolk, where tonight we celebrate Stephen Naismith scoring an equaliser for Scotland against Canada in a big international friendly.
NCFC
Oh God!
Introduced himself now, don't he?
Don't switch off.
Does it all himself.
That's mean.
So,
it's all right,
Jay,
the other bits, just the higher that makes my skin crawl.
For those that have never heard this part of the programme before,
just things that make money don't mean it's good. Ed Sheeran, 2 words.
It is Scotland 1, Canada 1.
No, a scrappy goal from Stephen Naismith against Canada. That's where we are. That's the highlight of international football for Norwich City now.
Bottom line is, Norwich City need to get this next appointment right. They need to get it right. And if that takes a little bit longer and it is Alan Irvine in charge till the end of the season, then so be it. Because then if someone amazing who we all didn't see coming, let's just say a name, David Wagner. Everyone likes him. He's the new favourite manager. Put 2 and 2 together. The Huddersfield guy comes, which has been rumoured and reported. Who knows? In the summer they might say, oh, we'll get David Wagner. Fans would love that, wouldn't they? I think they probably would. Here's another one from Jeffrey. He's listening to us. The place he's in is I can't even read that. Conshohocken.
Enjoy your football this weekend or your sport wherever you happen to find it. And we'll leave you with Glenn Roeder as we always do.
Ta-da!
That's it. I've got to go and do the podcast now. What I have to do is go upstairs and cut it. Chris is on the early tomorrow, aren't you? You've got to get to bed.
Yeah, back in 5 o'clock tomorrow morning for the sports news on the breakfast programme with Nick Conrad. So I get to go home now. So good luck with the podcast, Rob.
Cheers, mate.
Ta-da, as we say on the Scrimmage in Glenn Roeder style.
And Jay, well done. Your bit was good. You've got to do your homework.